It's terrorists are terrorists. It shouldn't belong in Canada.
I know and I can understand the concern of some people can have, but it's like never Palestinians in the last decade, they attack outside their borders to anyone, you know.
You have no certainty as to what the background of those people are. For historical reasons, Gazans tend to be heavily documented or have documentation, so there can be all sorts of issues and challenges along the way.
Hello, I'm Alexa Lavoie with Rebel News, and today is January 11. I'm here to gather the opinion of Montrealers on a polarizing topic. Canada is set to receive Gazan refugees, and application began to be processed last Tuesday morning at 8:30 a.m. The supposed hard cap of 1,000 refugees announced by the Immigration Minister Marc Miller is now uncertain to be respected.
But we are confident that we will be able to welcome the numbers that we have announced publicly that we will be able to welcome, which for now is 1,000, but with some flexibility when we see the ultimate number.
In fact, Canada is facing pressure from Gazan families living in the country and a group of advocates. A recent poll published in the Irish Times indicates that Palestinian support for the Hamas terrorist organization has significantly increased after the attack on October 7, which resulted in the death of more than 1,200 Israelis and the taking of over 240 hostages by Hamas. The poll conducted by the Hamla-based Palestinian Center for Policy and Survey Research showed that currently 72% of Palestinians support the terrorist organization called Hamas. Additionally, the survey revealed that 95% of the respondents believe Israel had committed war crimes in the current conflict, whereas only 17% believed Hamas had done so. Now, in Canada, where we are currently facing a tense and polarized situation with a rise in anti-Semitic hate crimes and a climate of terror surrounding us, Canada has decided to open its door to Gazans who openly support a terrorist group recognized by multiple countries with no set hard caps. While our own citizens struggle to live and find shelter in the middle of winter, facing high inflation and housing crisis, Canada will prioritize people from other countries, and this will continue for at least 3 years. Do Montrealers agree with this decision? Do they have concern about safety? Let's explore. Canada have now announced that they will open their door to 1,000 refugees from Gaza, but maybe it will be more since there is no hard cap for it. What do you think about that? Or do you agree with that decision?
Do you?
Oh, no, I don't agree. No.
Why?
Well, we have enough.
There's not enough housing now for the people that are here. Yeah. There's not enough medical. For the people that are here now, and there's the schools are going to be overrun with. There's not the schools are overcrowded. Everything's overcrowded right now. They need time to catch up before they bring in more refugees.
Quand on veut aider les gens, faut pas regarder combien, parce que de toute façon il y a tout le temps des millions de personnes qu'on n'est pas capable d'aider aussi.
When the crisis in Ukraine, when the war is starting there, it's like Canada opened the doors for all the Ukrainians to come. Such kind of conditions, I think that I don't understand why it has to be a cap.
We need people in Canada. We're too small a population, biggest country in the world in landmass, and the government should figure it out. A mass transportation infrastructure, and stop wasteful spending like Mr. Trudeau's doing.
They should have more money for that. They should have resources because nowadays. Even the Canadian citizens are suffering due to the inflation. Yeah,
I think that's really something for the people to determine and people to assess. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, and we're a refugee state, so we have thousands of refugees coming in. The problem is there's no place to put them. Hotels are being filled, and it's putting a burden on the the school systems. The school system, the teachers don't, and there's a language barrier. So there are some challenges, but there's also some potential benefits.
According to a poll, a survey that was published in the Irish Times, 72% of the Palestinians support openly the Hamas terrorist organization.
I'm not going to get into politics, thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, I don't think he likes the question. When it comes to Hamas, people are strongly feel that they need to cancel themselves and answer the question.
I really don't know those people, so I can't really comment on their situation. I don't really know them, so.
I don't know. I think we must have mechanisms in place to deal with terrorism, so I'm not worried about that, no.
Not at all. It's like even if Israel or any others they try to compare Hamas with ISIS, you know, that they put bombs. It's like, I am from Spain originally, you know, we suffer the terrorism from ISIS in Spain, in Madrid, where they bomb our trains. So it's like, I know and I can understand the concern of some people can have, but it's like never Palestinians in the last decades, they attack outside their borders to anyone, you know. It's like...
Je pense que c'est une instance démocratique. Comme Trudeau, présentement, est au pouvoir, mais il a été élu par quel pourcentage de la population? C'est même pas 15% des Canadiens qui ont voté pour Trudeau.
Well, most definitely. It's terrorists are terrorists. It shouldn't belong in Canada.
The government should pay attention to that, because if they want the person that support them openly, and they should keep eye on them. They should know how kind of person they are.
I think there needs to be a thorough vetting of the Canadian security and make sure that immigration really looks at everyone individually and does a reasonable security vetting before they are allowed to enter Canada.
You know, I don't know enough about it, but yeah, if there's any terrorists, that's a different question altogether, right? You know, if it's a terrorist situation, I don't think they really should be. My own opinion. Right?
In Montreal, we had a lot of hate crime, anti-Semitic hate crime that happened in the Jewish school that was shot twice. We had Molotov cocktail thrown at synagogue. We had graffiti, vandalism that happened. Do you think opening our door to Gaza refugee will increase those issues?
Yeah, that remains to be seen, but I think he would tell you, again, we have some experience in the States, and one of my closest friends that I went to law school with is of Jewish heritage, and there is a lot of hate against Jewish people.
Not necessarily just in Montreal, it's in the United States as well.
Canada is set to open its door to more than 1,000 refugees. It was supposed to be a hard cap to 1,000 refugees, but Mark Miller, Minister of Immigration, have changed its mind. So if you want to make your voice heard that we should not open our door to some of the refugees that openly support Hamas, go over NoGazaRefugees.com, sign our petition right now.